Hello everybody, welcome to this month's Astro Tarot channel, this month being October 2013. I'm afraid that I'm having to do this straight onto YouTube, so I've got no edit buttons and I've got no frilly borders either, so please do bear with me because this is likely to be a bit rough and ready, but maybe that is really talking about October. So bear with me because I'm just going to put you over on the chair so that we can see the tarot for this month. Hi, can you see me okay? Yes, and I think you can see the tarot as well. Awesome. Okay, and my mug, you know, because we're going deep down into the autumn cauldron with Samhain this month. And Samhain means Halloween. Obviously that's at the end of the month, and I should try and start at the beginning really, but there's a lot of backwards activity going on this month, and actually I'm really excited about that because I feel as if we need to get back on track. I feel as if, you know, September has been a bit bumpy and we might have all lost our balance somehow, and that actually we could do with being put back on track a bit. So I'll explain more as we go on, and we'll start with the very first week, which is the week of the new moon in Libra. Hey, I mean that itself to me says fantastic because it's a time of being put back on track. A new start, Libra, balance, fantastic. And you know, I think we really do need that at the moment. Sorry, I lost you for a minute, or at least I thought I did, but I think it was all an illusion, and now my chair's broken. Like I said, you know, it's been a month of, of all things going really wonky and strange. Like my camera has broken on some programs, hence having to do the YouTube. I fell down the stairs and landed on my coccyx 3 times. That was after a bit of an emotional shock through discovering something on Facebook. Yeah, just things like that. My bank card was I was a victim. I was a victim of fraud. So I was left without a bank card for a month. That had a huge knock-on effect. My printer was going crazy. Oh, yeah, I could go on and on and on. But this is why I'm feeling good about going backwards and being put back on track. So just before I thought I'd lost you, which I may do a few times because there's some issues with my computer. But please just bear with me. Thank you. So we have a new moon coming in the first week of October. I think it's the 5th. And it's in Libra. So new start for balance. Hooray! Really glad to see that. So, you know, this here is the sword card. It's the number 9 sword, and as I'm seeing that as the 9th month of September, and it's our very beginning card for, you know, October. So it seems to be saying that, you know, all of these stresses, mental stresses and strains that have been around for the past month are starting to shift. It's where we begin, but what we have here, the 2 of Wands, looks like me falling down the stairs, is like saying, okay, it's all about balance, and we might have been out of balance, but that's just about to get healed here in this card, healing. So this is saying that there's a lot of rebalancing going on with the new moon in Libra. So it's a great time to have a healing, or a great time to be gentle with yourself and think, what has the past month been like for you, and what does this mean you should maybe put into action or do. It's a great time to be truthful with yourself and clear off any cobwebs of deceit. Okay, let's move on. So in the second week we have, quite interestingly, it goes into things to do with relationships quite strongly. In fact, most of this month does. The emphasis still seems to be on relationships quite strongly. We start with the devil. So this is very much the fear place. And when I see this, I see Capricorn in Pluto, and you know, we've recently had the Pluto and Venus in Cancer, Pluto in Capricorn opposition. That was, I think, last month. That was coming up quite strongly as well. So there was a lot of jaggedness around relationships, and it feels now that that is starting to ease as well. You've got the Ace of Cups here, which is saying, okay, time to get out of the fear and you know, open the heart. So that is really quite something and beautiful in the second week. We do have Sagittarius, also Venus going into Sagittarius, and that is showing that there's a lot here to do with your mood lightening around love. It's a time to leave any seriousness in the past, lighten up, just don't go too deeply into issues, and have some fun. I've lost you again, so I need to come up here and see. Thank you. Okay, so what you have here, the dream. The dream shows, yes, okay, just there's nothing wrong with being a little bit ungrounded around love, being a little bit fantasical, if that's the word. It's a time maybe just to explore, be happy-go-lucky, don't get too serious, enjoy it, okay? Lovely, lovely stuff. Right, so in the third week, what do we have going on? Mercury retrograde on the 15th of October until the 10th of November, and actually I am very happy about that, hence singing it. Last Mercury retrograde I did everything that you shouldn't really do, including moving and buying a sofa and buying a computer, and the computer was fine. In fact, everything was fine, and I felt quite smug, really, and triumphant over Mercury. But then, as soon as Mercury went direct, well, there wasn't a hope in hell, really. So, yeah, plagued by lots of Mercurical things, and not just for 3 weeks, but more like 3 months. So I'm really glad that Mercury is going retrograde, because, again, I feel like I'm going to be put back on track as long as I shut up and don't tempt fate. And I think that's a very important thing to do, this Mercury retrograde, because it's in Scorpio, and that is the mute sign. So, you know, we've got the planet of communication and the planet of non-communication, the sign of non-communication, which is quite interesting. But what it will make for, excuse me, I've lost you again. Yeah. What it will make for is some amazing internal processes. You know, there's likely to be a lot going on under the scenes, and not really a great time to talk about it, really. So it's a great time for being reflective, to go into your own internal processes and figure out really who you are, what makes you tick. Expect some real strong psychic revelations, which could be very, very good for transformation. We also have something going on in Virgo. That's it, Mars moves into Virgo that week. So what you have there is, well, I'll show you because it's in the tarot quite strongly. You've got the Hermit, and the Hermit is Virgo. Okay, so it's showing that this move into Virgo is quite strong in this week. I can't remember the dates. I'm sorry, I'm going a bit doolally. I need my balance back. I think it might be the 15th, but don't quote me on that. So anyway, what we're seeing, you're seeing here the energy of Mercury as well, with the Palace of Swords. So it's showing that spring clean, or that mental energy. Mercury is mental, and so is Virgo. So you've got quite a lot going on in the intellect there, which is actually probably a welcome break, because I think the rest of the month can be actually quite emotional. So make the most of setting goals for yourself, because we have